Hey guys, it's Danielle K. I am here in my home here in Miami, and I'm not talking about hair. I recently found out on my Instagram that you guys don't really give a shit about the hair. You want to talk all about fitness. Hey guys, I'm Danielle K. the creator of Natural Beaded Row hair extensions and Isla hand-tied hair. Welcome to my beautiful home here in Orange County, California, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm still going to talk about hair, but I do get a lot of questions on fitness and nutrition and that kind of thing, and I'm always hesitant to share because if I were to share exactly what I'm doing, it depends on what your goals are. Are you trying to put on muscle? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you just trying to get healthy or trying to get functional? Like whatever it is. So I'm just going to share a few things that I have done over the years that have helped me, and hopefully they inspire you. I'm a big fan of hiring a coach to really give you a customized plan based on where you're currently at. So I've always been into fitness. Well, not always. I was actually super awkward growing up, never did, more like artsy and that kind of thing. And then I have 4 beautiful daughters. After I had my first daughter, I remember I went to my sister and I was like, what the hell happened? She's like, oh, you have to start working out. So I started down working out path, and I really loved it. Not only like physically, but I loved mentally how I felt. I felt like working out really helped with anxiety and things like that, and stress and that kind of thing. So working out is kind of my drug of choice, but I have been on the other side of the loop where if I didn't get my workout in, I felt really guilty and this and that. So I definitely think that fitness is kind of a balance where it is mentally healthy for you. There's a lot of times for women that we get stuck with like the number on the scale, which is important when you are actually trying to lose weight. Like after I have my babies, if I'm like, one of my babies, I gained almost 70 pounds. I know it's crazy to think on my 5'3" frame, it was like 70 pounds. A lot of it was water weight because I had preeclampsia and things like that, but I still had to put a lot of effort into dropping the weight. So for me, when I am trying to lose that baby weight, I have to tell myself it's crazy. Like I want to go like full force and like run a marathon and do like 17 different HIIT workouts. And then I realize that doesn't actually serve me. I'm more hungry. My hunger levels and hormones are crazy. My body's inflamed. So for me, when I am trying to lose weight, it's calories in, calories out. So I work out, but I keep my workouts actually a little bit slower. I'll do a little bit of strength training. I'll do like light cardio, and I'll probably work out 4 to 5 days a week, but I really zone in on my diet. I always tell people based on what your goals are, you might have seasons where, guess what, you're gonna give up your weekend margaritas and you're not gonna go out to eat. Or if you do go out to eat, you're like, hey, I'm not gonna completely like not have a social life for 2-3 months. So if you are gonna go out to eat, it's just making conscious, healthy habits. Maybe I'm gonna order the grilled chicken and a side salad instead of the spaghetti and meatballs, right? So I think there's definitely this balance based on what your goals are. So like I said, for me, when I'm trying to lose weight, it's like low intensity workouts and dropping the weight. Once I get down to like the scale weight, I don't like how my body looks, especially after having like being pregnant and everything. Like I almost just look kind of like flat, the skin's not tight, like all these things. I remember after one of my babies, I was like, oh shit, I hope that goes back. And that's actually why I started to get into weight training, because I realized on my 3rd daughter, the one that I gained 70 pounds with, and I like lost all the weight, I was like, my shape does not look like it used to be, and I do not accept that just because I'm in my late 30s and I'm a mom, that this is the reality of what I have to look like. So that's why I really got on the path of bikini competitions, the nutrition, the diet, and things like that, because although I had gotten to my goal weight, I didn't like how I looked. So then I started weight training, learning how to really sculpt my body. I hired a trainer who had gotten her pro card because that was my ideal body. I was like, okay, I got to this weight, but this is the shape that I want. So she gave me the proper nutrition, the proper workouts to do. The crazy thing is, she's like, Danielle, we're actually gonna increase your calories. And I was like, at the time, I'm like, I just lost all this baby weight, like no way. And she's like, trust me, you need to trust the process. So if you are gonna hire a trainer, you have to trust the process. And you don't just trust the process Monday through Thursday and then go on a bender on the weekend. You actually have to be accountable to your trainer. And if you do go on a bender or whatever, it's this balance of like, okay, well, you had a fun weekend, but let's try to get back on track. So for me, I found a lot of value, especially I'm now 41 years old, and I realized how important it is to weight train. But I always say, like, if your goals are to drop weight, instead of going into lifting weights, and this is just my personal advice, I'm not a personal trainer, I think it's hard if you are trying to lose weight and you go into lifting weights because your body, it almost feels like bulkier because you're putting on muscle, but you're not focused on like actually dropping the weight. So for me, my approach is always, I want to lose the weight and then I want to re-sculpt my body, and that's given me the fastest and most effective results. We moved to Miami a couple months ago and I dropped weight unintentionally. We were moving, I wasn't lifting weights. Same thing, I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, like I actually looked bigger because I had lost muscle even though I was lower in my weight because I had gained body fat. So body composition is so important to really achieve your goals. So right now, like I had lost a little bit of that weight, and now I'm rebuilding, but I'm focusing on weight training. So currently, right now, I weight train at least 3 to 4 days a week, and I actually am not doing that much cardio because I'm trying to put on that muscle. So right now, I'm like weight training 3 to 4 days a week. I do cardio for fun, honestly, in my mental state. Like I love a good spin class, or like we live on the beach, I'll go out for a jog on the beach. But right now, I'm kind of trying to re-sculpt my body. People always ask me all the time. I just created a new fitness page on Instagram. It's called Fit Over 40. So I do have a new fitness page. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but people keep asking me to share what I'm doing. Again, I have 4 daughters and I'm 41 years old. And I think the biggest thing I did is I accepted that this is the reality. There's so much education that I was like, I'm not gonna live in this excuse. And honestly, I think that people live in this excuse to give them a permission to not do the work. The crazy part is we're already doing the work. We're just not accepting that we can have a different reality. So for me, I was already working out and not getting the results that I had. That's why I went down the path of educating myself on diet and nutrition so that I could put in the same amount of work, but I wasn't as obsessed and I was getting better results. So my advice to you, again, find a coach that can give you this customized process and give yourself permission to get the results that you're looking for. I understand that genetics plays a huge role. However, I know I'm never gonna be 5'9". Again, I'm 5'3". But I also know that I want to create the best shape for my body. So I believe that everybody has the potential to create their best self. And what's crazy is when you give yourself that permission, now I tell women all the time, I'm like, you're being selfish by not giving yourself that permission. That mom guilt is actually holding you back. And if you let yourself have that permission to create that dream body, you're gonna be a better business owner, you're gonna be a better wife, and you're gonna be a better mom. I just did a podcast with a fitness trainer, and she was like, no man ever said he didn't want his wife sexier and skinnier, right? So I'm a firm believer in becoming, or skinny, muscle, or whatever your goals are, I'm a firm believer in becoming the best version of you. So that's my fitness advice. Again, I'm very hesitant to be like, this is my exact workout. I do my glutes exactly like this. Like, it just depends what your goals are. And again, what I'm eating right now is very different than what I'm eating when I'm prepping for a competition or when I'm trying to lose baby weight. So even if I share tips and tricks of what I'm eating, what I'm doing, it all comes down to your level of commitment and what your end result is. You may not want to have, a bikini competitor body. You might want a totally different shape. So again, it's important to be realistic about what you want, what your goals are, and hire a coach and somebody to keep you accountable, and then just commit. That's the last thing. So you guys follow my fitness page, follow my YouTube page, get Natural Beaded Row hair extensions. I always joke around when I see meet new people. I'm like, what kind of extensions do you have? And they're like, the hand-tied kind. And I'm like, I hate to say this, but like, I'm the one that started the whole hand-tied trend. 13 years ago, I started my brand because my husband and I had lost everything financially. I was a hairstylist by trade that became an entrepreneur, and I use it by doing hair. So if you want more information about Natural Beaded Row hair extensions, education, find an artist near you. I'm plugging myself right there, and I will drop a link in this YouTube video. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope you found some value. Share with your friends, and we'll see you next week.